Hey guys, my name is Hakim Evans from ACE, and I'm here with Jamie Margolin from This Is 0 Hour. Can you tell us a bit more about 0 Hour?
So 0 Hour is a youth climate action organization that works on centering the voices of young people and marginalized communities in taking climate action. We recently organized a young youth mass mobilization in Washington, D.C. and in 25 other cities, the first ever youth climate march this past summer. And we work on lifting up the voices of youth to the mainstream so that we're listened to and that our opinions and our voices and our needs are acknowledged in the climate movement.
Sounds good. How have you engaged young people through your work?
Through our work, well, our organizing team is entirely youth. We have a few adult mentors, but I'm the executive director and I'm 16, which kind of says something
Amazing.
about the setup of our organization. Our associate director, Nadia Nazar, also 16. Partnerships director, 17. All of our board of directors, everyone, is in their teens.
And I'm a young person on the front lines of climate change. What do you have for other young people to get them educated and activated about climate change?
Well, we have our platform of what we the youth need in order to have a livable future that was written. It's on our website, thisis0hour.org. It was written by a young refugee who works on the team, who's amazing activist, Kibariti. He's amazing. And so they're working on developing an initiative to reach out to communities, frontline communities, communities of color, marginalized communities, educate, empower, talk about how we can fight the systems of oppression, because it's not just, you can't just slap a solar panel on the issue and be like,
right,
we solved climate change. We're all about dismantling the systems of oppression that caused it in the first place. So the idea that we can extract everything, that everything is ours, the greed, and just all the corruption is really what we're taking down, because that's the only way that you stop the climate crisis.
All right, so we're here at the Global Climate Action Summit, and
Yes.
What role do you see youth playing at the summit this week?
I don't see very many youth here, and so I see the youth that are here as a role is really speaking up and being very vocal for our generation, because
Right.
our voices are being left out, in the sense that I look around, I don't see anyone that looks like me. I am a speaker at the event, I'm the youngest speaker at this event, so I'm going to be using that platform to really elevate the voices of youth, talk about the issues that we face and what it's like to be a young person who's a high schooler. I'm 16, I'm in high school, I'm supposed to be in class right now.
Same.
Same. Yeah, I'm supposed to be in class right now, and yet here we are. So really just emphasizing that, and I really see our role as speaking up and making sure that our generation's needs are not drowned in because a lot of the people here are very powerful people, and they live in those silos of elitism and stuff. So we're kind of here, I see our role as reminding them what they're really fighting for and who they're fighting for.
So with the upcoming midterms this year, why do you think young people should appreciate their vote more?
Young people's votes, the people who you elect in office are the people who will solve the climate crisis. They're the people who will make the laws that shape your life. If you don't vote, that means you're leaving the opinions of young people. If young people voted, we'd have a bunch of climate positive politicians. There's proof of the kind of elected officials that we can get when young people vote. Ocasio-Cortez turned out so many young people, and look what an amazing activist and organizer and politician she is. So it's really important not to underestimate your vote, because that's how you can control, that's how we solve this issue. You vote, and the people who you elect decide who's on the Supreme Court, which can decide major cases on environmental justice. The people who you elect can pass initiatives, or they can prevent the passing of initiatives. That's where all the magic happens. So if you sit out of that, that means you're leaving it to the baby boomer generation, who, there are some of them that are allies, but a lot of them, they just don't know what it's like to be a young person. And as youth, we have special needs, and we have special unique perspectives, and if we don't vote, that's being left out of the political conversation. So then when the people who have all elected, so suddenly we have a Congress that has been completely elected by baby boomers, older people, so then the entire government is not helping the youth because we didn't put people that we wanted in. So it's super important to vote. I'm too young to vote, but vote for me if you can. Not for me, on behalf of people like me who can't vote.
Right. So why is climate education and awareness so important to us?
Climate education and awareness is super important because it's literally the biggest issue that's ever faced humanity ever, and you need to know about it. I just think it's as simple as that.
All right. How can corporations, world leaders, and individuals work together for a cleaner, greener, and safer planet?
In terms of corporations, I think corporations, some corporations, there are changes that can make. Other corporations, their entire profit is made out of screwing over people in our environment. So I say, like, some corporations need to either completely change what they do or they need to go. Other corporations can really change and start, listening to their employees more, like putting as many green solutions into their products and making sure that the way that they get the products is not extracting and like harmful. Like, where are your, for example, with iPhones, the minerals are from the Congo that are used to make our iPhones that come out every freaking 6 months, even though we don't need that many phones, are extracted from the Congo, and that extraction is causing war and poverty and famine and environmental destruction. One of our leaders on the Zero Hour movement actually is a refugee from the Congo. So corporations, you can't just have like this shiny product like causes slightly less climate change, like slightly less emissions. Like, corporations really need to see, like, how am I perpetuating violence? How am I perpetuating like climate change and systems of oppression? And like, where am I getting my resources from? Like, they really need to be introspective and think about, because with all these corporations merging and like growing, like Amazon's eating everything now. They own Whole Foods. Like, what the hell? Some corporations have kind of become just like these profit monsters that are just like money, money, money. And that's the root of this problem. So they need to really introspect and just figure their lives out.
Right. Introspection is how we can get a cleaner, greener, and safer environment. Thank you so much for interviewing with us.